Hey guys, it is Shantae. So, there are so many things to say. I haven't posted on the Simple Actor since the world has been burning. To say it's been a hard month plus is an understatement for me. I don't even know where to begin. I've had so many thoughts, feelings, emotions, outrage, pain, anger, things coming up for me that honestly felt like they've just been unearthed, have always existed. But after the killings of George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, the list goes on, we as a country, the world, and specifically, which is why I'm posting this video, for us in the theater community are having a reckoning with who we are and how my people, Black people, have been in such service to all of these entities, to the nation, to corporations, to communities, to creative communities, and we have not had the voice that we've needed to have, even though we're there. So I've had so many tears. I've been so angry. And again, the outrage is so huge. But yet, in the past few weeks, I've been trying to figure out how to turn it into action, right? So I wanted to do this post because I really wanted to talk about the theater and I wanted to talk about acting. I read the Dear White American Theater letter, hashtag we see you. And gosh dang guys, I had so many thoughts. BTW, this whole video is just not prepared or gonna be all slick and I know what to say. I literally feel like I've even waited too long to post this because my inherent being and who I am and who I've been taught to be is always to keep your shit together. Don't let your emotions hang out unless you're on stage, which is fine. And so, yeah, so this whole video is just gonna be me freeforming, me feeling stuff, me talking about things, and it's not gonna be slick. It's not gonna be PC, FPC right now, to be honest with you. It's just gonna be real, and I wanna really talk about it in terms of theater education, especially for those who are going into the pre-professional arena trying to go to theater. Now, back to the Dear White American Theater letter, hashtag we see you. I had so many thoughts about it, and what made me happy about this letter was that finally, finally, people, performers specifically, have started speaking up about ways they've been silenced and marginalized, even when their names are across the marquee and they are the front and center about how they have not had a voice. And I'm glad. And I think it's partially because we're all out of work, actors are out of work, and partially because we can't not say anything anymore. And so organizations like the Broadway Coalition, Broadway Black, Broadway Theater United, the new organizations that are kind of coming up to create spaces for us to talk about these things and talk about all of the experiences that all of us have had, because all of us have had crazy experiences. I think that's a wonderful thing. And look to those organizations. Broadway Black, thank you for the Antonios. They were awesome. If you haven't seen it, go to it. It was amazing. But this is honestly just a video of me processing, and I want to talk about theater and the theater classroom, thinking about these stories that have come up for me, and my questions, my concerns, but also my hopes, okay? I am looking at even the ways that I failed or failed my students at times when I've been in audition technique classes, and I had a student who literally said, well, how do I want to go places where people take me for me. And I, in that moment, said, yes, but, you know, theater is the most discriminatory place for everyone. I literally said this because I said, you're too tall, you're too short, your nose is too big, too small, your hair, you're this, you're that. Like, everyone gets kind of picked apart all the time. Not kind of, everyone gets picked apart. There's so many talented people. There's so much competition. And any little thing could separate you from someone else or vice versa. And that student was a student who was very active about Black Lives Matter at the time. And I supported Black Lives Matter, and not as publicly at the time. I just said, I support this. I went to like a rally or two, and I was like, the best thing I can do is to keep being a Black actress and Black professor and talking about my experiences and trying to mentor people. And I, in that moment, even went back and thought, how stupid was I to even say that? Because what she was really saying was, I want people to honor that I'm not going to be quiet about my Blackness. And even though theater is very discriminatory on all fronts, let's just be real, what you have to carry and what you have to do as a Black artist, Indigenous artist, person of color in our industry is so much more. It's so much more layered. And when I started, you know, wearing my hair natural, when I knew very well when I was working all the time that I was playing the game. Right? Like, I remember telling one of my castmates, like, who had this beautiful natural hair. We were doing Dream Girls at the time. And I remember telling her, like, if you straighten your hair, you would work all the time. Because I was working that system. And I knew it. And I knew how to walk into a room. And I knew how to make people feel good. And I knew if I wore the thing and did the thing and I played the thing, I was going to get the job. And I did almost every time. And when I started to change, when I started to grow, and I had some crazy experiences on set when I was working on the soap, that I just started saying, I just want to embrace me. And I also want to work. But that became really hard because even just being you, even being talented enough to be hired nonstop, and then all of a sudden you let the Black you come in to you as an actor, dude, things changed. And it was jarring to me, but it shouldn't have been. And it was because I was realizing that when I wanted to stop playing the game, I should have known that the game was going to stop helping me. People were going to stop picking me up from the game. And it did. Things started to change. And that's when I started to realize, you know, I want to be full me, and I want to be in this for a long time, but it may have to be in a different way because I felt like, in a way, I was like selling my soul. So now things are changing, guys. I'm glad about it. I'm processing. This whole video is a big processing sesh, but I'm thinking about it. I'm working through it. I'm educating myself, and I'm talking about barriers to entry for theater education specifically. If you're an actor, there are amazing organizations who are doing the do, and if you are working and you're professional, get up in there. They're awesome. They're talking about it. But if you are educating yourself, if you're still an undergrad, if you're in grad school, if you're still trying to make your way to the professional world, theater classrooms are no joke, and they have racism just as much a big of a culprit as anywhere else, guys. And if you're trying to be an educator, to trying to be an academic, dude, I had some so not cool white professors, like one in particular who was so insecure. In general, academics can be that way, but the white man thing in academia is real. And if you show strength, if you show your Blackness, if you show that you're smart, if you're female, guys, Black females in the acting classroom, let's be real. Like, where are you here? Black females as musical theater writers, where are you? So few. And how many shows are we in, guys? I feel like I could go on forever. It's already like a 23-minute video. Anyways, I've said so much, but we're going to keep up the work. We're going to keep talking about it. I don't know how this platform and this site is going to turn out to be, but we're going to talk about barriers to entry. We're going to be talking about material choice. We're going to be talking about pedagogy. We're going to be talking about and hearing about those crazy stories. And for all you actors who've submitted questions, I want to get to them. We will get to them. I don't know when. but we're dealing with one thing at a time. And so this is it. I just want to lay it all out there. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm hoping. This is what I'm praying. And there's a lot of work to do. And hashtag those police too. We have to deal with that. Okay, peace, guys. Bye.